Hey people, welcome to part 2 of this tutorial for Star Citizen 3.18. Now, in part 1 we talked a little bit about what Star Citizen is. It's a game still in development, very much in alpha, very buggy, but a lot of fun as well, and in my opinion worth the price of your starter ship. I recommended the Aurora MR, which has a bed, internal space for box delivery missions and that sort of stuff. That's basically what we covered in part 1. Now in part 2, you already decided to buy the game, you got yourself your ship, you installed it, and this is where you're at. You have a few options. Star Marine is like the first person shooter demo. Arena Commander is basically the same stuff but flying. The way you want to play this probably is Persistent Universe. This is where you fly around, roam freely in the world of Star Citizen. So this is where we're going. As you see, I'm in the PTU 318 test yet, so I have to unlock it so as to add my friends and so on. Pretty much the same thing will happen to you when you play for the first time. You have your options of man or a woman. You choose whatever is appropriate, and you can begin blending. You can mix these up for different skin color, whatever it is that you want, or even copy like parts of like the jaw, nose, or whatever, and basically you create your character. Once this is done, and you can actually change it later on, so don't freak out about it. You can actually change it in between sessions. Now, here is where you have to pay attention, because you're going to be making one of the most important decisions. And it seems that we don't have the character reset anymore, so this is going to be even more important. What system are you playing in? Stanton, that's the only system we have. Your location, what planet is it that you're playing? And you have these 4 options to choose from. You have Horizon, which is the planet that is a gas planet, and basically it's a very beautiful city in the clouds. Now, for all practical purposes, every city will have a spaceport, will have a habitation hub, so you'll have like a room where you spawn, and some medical facility, some hospital where you're regenerated after you die. Keep in mind, you will die a lot. Also keep in mind, each time you die, you will lose all your gear, and it's very rare that you'll go back to find it. It is possible, still very buggy and kind of unlikely that you will find your body depending on where you die. But my point here is, don't freak out and don't start spending money in buying gear. The gear, I'll teach you how to get it for free. Most of the coolest gear is free anyway. You cannot buy it in store. So don't waste your money. Save your money mostly for ship components. More on that later in future videos. So, you have Horizon, beautiful city in the clouds. In Horizon, you have some stores. You can buy clothing. You can buy some armor, some ship components. It's a little bit, spread apart, and you have to travel quite a bit. So, it's not always all that convenient. Lorville is usually a good option, mostly because it is centrally located in, among the 4 planets. And Lorville is the city in Hurston, and Lorville will have a little place to buy some armor. You're looking at some armor being sold, clothes. There's not a gun store in Lorville, which for a lot of people that kind of is a little bit of a deal breaker. Once you know how to play, not so much, but especially at first, people feel like a little bit vulnerable if you don't have a gun store readily available, and that is something to keep in mind from Lorville. Area 18, that would be the one I suggest. It has a little bit more of that cyberpunk feel to it. Lorville would be more like your Blade Runner atmosphere, a little bit gray, depressing, futuristic. Area 18 is slightly more, happy, I guess, and yeah, more of the cyberpunk feel. But the biggest advantage is that Area 18 has everything that you need. Just as soon as you leave the hub where you spawn, you have, without taking any transportation, you have your gun store, a very nice gun store with armor, weapons. You have another gun store that's a little bit hidden, center mass, and you can buy more guns there, and you can buy guns for your ships and ship components. Basically, all of the ship components that you need, you will find those in Area 18. And you have even more components in Beijing Station, the station that is above the city. Each one of these cities will have a space station right above, which is where you first want to go and set your spawn location. We'll see more of that later. New Babbage is maybe the prettiest more futuristic city of them all, and the planet itself is quite nice. Horizon is nice, but you don't even have a planet. It's a gas giant, so there's nowhere to land. New Babbage in Microtech, that is a very nice city. You have weapons being sold, ship components, and you have pretty much all of what you need in New Babbage itself. And the planet itself is quite nice. It's actually one of my favorite locations. I usually go for New Babbage, but especially for a new player, a little bit more convenient probably going with Area 18. Alright, so that's gonna be for now. I don't want to overwhelm you with information. Stay tuned and sign up to the channel. Subscribe, give a thumbs up if you're liking the content. I'll share the following step in part 3, how you first go about things in this game. That's gonna be all for now. See you in our next video. Take care.